Today I want to talk to you about how Amazon is now tweaking a little bit how they're displaying sales ranks when it comes to clothing, shoes, and jewelry. Now, if you don't source clothing, shoes, and jewelry, this is still going to be interesting information for you to know in case Amazon decides to do this for other categories as well. Right now, I've seen it's only being affected with clothing, shoes, and jewelry, but it's something to be aware of. Before, when you would be sourcing, whether you're in a store using a smartphone app like Scoutify, or if you are doing online arbitrage on your desktop or laptop computer, most of the time when you looked at a product page for a piece of clothing, pair of shoes, jewelry, when you looked down at the sales rank, it would say shoes, sales rank. It would tell you what that sales rank was in shoes. And then it would say for clothing, clothing, this is number, 3,500 in clothing. Or for jewelry, it would say jewelry, and it's ranked number 15,000 in jewelry. And so it kind of gave you an idea of how good that particular item was in comparison to all the other items in that subcategory. And that's the thing. Clothing, shoes, and jewelry individually are subcategories. The main category is actually called clothing, shoes, and jewelry. So it kind of be a little bit confusing. But right now, Amazon is starting to tweak how they are showing the sales rank for clothing, shoes, and jewelry. So, for example, if you go to an Amazon sales page, it will show you, instead of, like, if you're looking at a pair of shoes, it will not say shoes, rank 1,527. It won't say that. It will say shoes, men's, athletic, Nike, and then it will give you a even further sub sales rank, like even further down the line, a very sub sales rank that really doesn't give you as good of an idea of how well it stacks up against other items in that category. And so when you're trying to make a good sourcing decision, you need to know what to look for. You need to know what to look at to kind of compare it to the other items in the category. Now, when you're using a smartphone, it shows you something different. If you're using a smartphone, using an app like Scoutify or ScamPower or Profit Bandit, in the category it still says, shoes or apparel or jewelry, but the number that it's giving you is actually the overall number for clothing, shoes, and jewelry, the parent category. So if this is confusing to you, it's confusing to me at times too. The parent category is clothing, shoes, and jewelry. Some of the subcategories are clothing, shoes, jewelry, accessories, all sorts of other types of options out there. But so when you're looking on a smartphone, you're actually looking at the sales rank in the overall clothing, shoes, and jewelry category. So then that's important to know. Because the overall, in fact, right now, as I'm filming this, the clothing, shoes, and jewelry category has over 34 million items. But the clothing alone category has about 6 million. Shoes alone has about just under 1 million. And jewelry alone has 6.4 million. And so when you're trying to make a good idea, you need to know what to compare it to. A lot of you know that I put together a free sales rank chart that you can download. You can go to fulltimefba.com/sales rank, and you can get a monthly updated sales rank chart where I break down all the major categories. And I now have in there a breakdown of the subcategories for clothing, shoes, and jewelry. So when you're outsourcing, and whether or not that this change in sales rank and on how Amazon shows it on Amazon.com or in sourcing apps, on the product pages on Amazon, whatever they show, you want to know what to compare it to. So if it shows you the sales rank in just shoes, then you want to compare it to the top 1%, 3%, 5%, 10% in shoes. But if you are looking on a sourcing app and it shows you the overall rank in clothing, shoes, and jewelry, you want to compare that number to the parent category right here. So hopefully this has been making some sense on how you can make a smart sourcing decision. Just like last week, we bought some shoes to resell on Amazon, and it was ranked about 18,000 in shoes. And then a few days later, Amazon flipped the switch and changed how they were showing those, and it was now saying that it was ranked 220,000 in shoes, even though we figured out it was actually 22,000 in the clothing, shoes, and jewelry category. So, this is a big switch. So you need to know what numbers you're looking at. If you are wondering, how can I look actually on a desktop or laptop computer and see the overall sales rank number, not the sub sales rank of, shoes, men's, Nike, athletic, whatever. Then a little trick you can do is go to, on a Chrome browser, go to amazon.com/mobile and make sure you're looking at the mobile version on your desktop. So yeah, it's going to look a little weird, but at least it will show you the overall sales rank for that item, the clothing, shoes, and jewelry sales rank for that item. So again, this might be kind of confusing. A lot of different categories, a lot of different numbers, especially when I'm talking about clothing, shoes, and jewelry, and I'm talking about clothing, shoes, and jewelry. So, but I want you to be able to make the smartest decision that you can. Again, if you go to fulltimefba.com/sales rank, you can get this downloaded for free. I send it out around the first of the month, every single month of the year with the latest updated numbers, and it's all for free. You just subscribe to my newsletter and you get this downloaded or sent to your inbox every single month. That's all the time that we have for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you like this video, you can give us a thumbs up below or leave us a comment. And if you're looking for any of the links that we talked about in this video, you can find that in the description below. Just click show more below. It'll open up the description and you can find those links there. And as always, fulltimefba.com is where you can find all the free content. Subscribe to that blog and you'll be able to not miss out on any of our upcoming free content to help you with your Amazon FBA business. Have a great day. Bye.